Hello, I'm the Typo T-Rex.
And I'm Jester.
And I'm over here this time. He's over there.
Yep.
Yeah, this is not normal. Anyway, we're going to have a Dragapult deck profile. Even though I hate Dragapult. The only reason I have Dragapult is because...
it wins?
No, not even that. Kip was putting it together right before Darkness Ablaze came out, and I didn't realize... and then, like, right before Rotation, too. So, like, we had it put together... pre-rotation before Darkness Ablaze, and then everything hit, and I was like, oh, this deck is worthless now. And then it started winning. I was like, well, I have it all already, so I guess I'll put it together. The only thing I didn't have was like the Drizzles, and all I had to do was go, hey, I need those back real fast.
Yeah, because they were in a deck I wasn't playing at the time.
So the one copy of Zigzagoon, it's there for math. And then Scoop Up Net, it just makes math super easy because you can get that like first turn kill.
Yep.
On like the Drizzle, or
that's
not
why
the
people
Drizzle.
are going back to the 70 HP Sobble.
Yeah, but that is almost specifically why it is in there. It has done so much work anytime I play that deck. And then, of course, you have your 3 copies of the Dragapult V. That's just
3?
Oh, 4. And then 3 of the VMAX. I was getting ahead of myself. Yeah, all right. It's been a while since I've done a deck profile. I forget how to do these sometimes. And then we have our Inteleon lines. So we have 2 quick shootings, 1 shady dealings.
Just 2-1?
Yeah, just 2-1. And then we have 4 copies of the Drizzle.
Better have 4 copies.
Apparently I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! A place that's 3 instead of 4. And then the Sobbles. I'm still using the Rapid Strike because I'm playing Dragapult.
Yeah.
I mean, are you doing spread damage to me?
If you run into the mirror.
Yeah. I could switch him out, and I feel like it wouldn't really affect the way the game plays at all because I've never used his attack to grab more of the Sobbles.
Yeah.
Right, and then of course we're
everybody's favorite card.
Yep, we got the Crushing Hammers.
Yep.
Oh, I only have 2. I'll only have two different versions.
Yeah,
so Crushing Hammer. Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So gross.
I would say, this is kind of a stall spread damage deck, so slowing the game down always really good. Evolution Incense. I'm pretty sure there's a full 4 in there. Yep. Searches for the Drizzles, the Inteleons, the VMAXs, very important.
Yep. Level balls to search for the Sobbles and Drizzles.
Yeah, so there's only 3 because, we still play quick balls.
Yeah, and your deck is also, this deck is also slower, so, you can afford to just take a turn to draw.
Yeah. Speaking of only 3 copies of a ball, there's only 3 quick balls. This is the deck list that I grabbed from the Sunday Open, and I haven't changed at all. And I think this was the first place deck when I did it. So I don't personally like the fact that there's only 3 quick balls, but it's what he was playing. So that's just what I went with. And then you have four copies of Fog Crystal.
Okay, that makes sense.
4 copies of Fog Crystal does so much work in this deck because, I can grab the Dragapult or I can grab the energy.
Yep.
And,
you only need 2 energy.
That choice is so important. All right. And then I think the rest is... Oh, hold on. There's a couple items. There's 1 copy Tool Scraper, 1 Scoop Up Net. Scoop Up Net is very important.
Yep.
Again, you can grab the Zigzagoon.
For that card up in the corner.
Yeah, or you can do the Drizzle shenanigans or off. I've seen people scoop up a quick shooting Inteleon after they've used it, put it on top of the other one, get it again, and then because, again, math.
Yeah.
1 copy of Switch. I'd like to see more copies of Switch sometimes. But I feel like it's not super relevant enough to try and get more in there. Then we have 2 copies of Boss, because, Boss. We're doing spread damage, so it's not as important. But being able to boss something up, get a quick KO on something, and then... because if something only has 50 HP left, and there's something that you can one-shot...
Crobat.
Yeah.
Hit Crobat once for 50 and 1 for 130.
Yeah. And then we have 3 Research, 4 Marnies, 1 Raihan, and then everyone's other favorite card, 3 copies of Path to the Peak.
A lot of people were upset at that card's existence when it first came out, and they thought it was just going to be the most cancerous stadium and just completely take over the meta, and I really don't think it has.
I don't think it's as bad as we initially thought it was going to be, but if you're playing a deck that is hurt by Path to the Peak, it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Now, because,
it completely stops Ray.
Yeah. Or even look at Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
We play 4 copies of Crystal Cave. Don't get me wrong, Crystal Cave is good, and that extra 30 HP matters a lot.
Yeah.
But the biggest reason we actually played is to get rid of Path to the Peak.
Yep, because you got to win the Stadium War.
Yep. And then we're looking at our energies. There's a very slim energy lineup. Only 3 basic energies, and then 4 of the horror energies. And I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory for Dragapult, because you want to deal damage in minuscule amounts as often as you can.
Yeah. Just thoughts on this deck. A deck that this deck actually would struggle with. It depends on who wins the Stadium War. Duraludon. Because what do you do once you lose your first Dragapult with 2 Psychics on it?
Yeah.
If you don't have Raihan access, you can't swing anymore until you get Path.
I mean, there's 2 copies of Raihan. So
was there 2? I thought there was only 1.
There might only be 1. Actually, you're right. I'm thinking of Paw Patrol. We have 2 in Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's only 1. But if you lose the Stadium War against Duraludon, or however it is you say it, that's a really rough position. But I feel like they play enough support Pokemon that you can kind of like boss around and spread damage around.
Yeah.
So not that big a deal. And then you can normally take 2 hits from it, because it only does 220.
Yeah.
So,
but Duraludon takes 3 from Dragapult.
Yeah.
And if it gets 1 Crystal Cave,
again,
make it 4 and 5.
That's the other thing that makes any matchup like that obnoxious, is healing, because I'm dealing spread damage and you're just negating it half the time. But moving forward, I have no idea where this deck is going. I have not paid that much attention to cards coming out for Dragapult, because I don't like Dragapult. But I had Dragapult, so I put it together. Obviously, its strong matchups are any of the fighting decks, because
double damage is nice.
Type advantage, even on with only 130 damage swinging,
260. Plus the Inteleons.
And the Inteleons are phenomenal.
They can add up quick. I haven't really looked either for Dragapult, because I also don't like this deck.
Weak matchups. I think, again, your deck, the
my deck for sure. Eternatus.
Eternatus, but we don't see as much Eternatus as we do, and then I do play Path to the Peak, so it makes Eternatus struggle a little bit. Yeah,
but 360 still one-shots, so does it really hurt that much?
That's fair. I feel like Paw Patrol is a really bad matchup for this.
Well, it depends on the stadium.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because if they can get Path up before your Intrepid Sword hits, then it can be rough.
This deck eats Rayquaza alive. Because the Slaffies are so vulnerable.
Is there anything that doesn't eat Rayquaza alive?
No, just Rayquaza is just not a great deck.
Like Smeargle, maybe?
I just realized that these are 2 different colors on each side. That's really neat.
Yeah. It's a really solid deck. I think it's currently the best deck in the format.
The Dragapult?
Yeah.
I could agree with that. Because I feel like it covers a lot of stuff. Like, even the matchups it struggles with, it has, the chance of winning still.
Because it plays at the pace that Victini can now, but it forces you to play slower, and it gets the cards it needs because of the Drizzile line that Victini doesn't, because most people run Victini by itself.
And again, I have the deck put together. I have it put together online, too, because the first time I was trying to build it, I went out and got everything, and then I just never got it together. I haven't played it a lot online, so, again, I'm not super familiar with it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Because it's not my style of deck. I was initially drawn to Rayquaza, because Rayquaza had the promise of, one-shotting everything super fast. It didn't deliver on that yet, but there's still hope.
I'm this close.
This close?
I'm this close.
To figuring it out or giving up?
To figuring it out.
Or both simultaneously.
It might be both.
Yeah. What is it, the Schrodinger's Rayquaza?
Yeah. I don't want to give up and just wait for Ultra Ball.
Listen,
I refuse.
I understand. I've put my time in. I've tried to figure it out too, but I have definitely resigned to waiting a little bit.
I've gotten so much jank together that works. I'm getting that one to work.
Yeah. But I think that's all we have to say to Dragapult, and before we just devolve into just being upset about Rayquaza again, because I feel like that's going to happen a lot.
What is Dragapult? What are most decks? Insert Drizzile line for consistency and play. That's kind of the meta.
It's really nice when you have the space to do something like that, though, because I can't imagine doing that in Paw Patrol.
No.
Because you don't want to trade prize cards like that, and you don't have the space for in Rayquaza.
Oh man, if Rayquaza could be a 70-card deck, it'd be busted.
Oh yeah. Because then you would never have to worry about decking out and losing resources. Jesus.
Oh, no, I'd still worry about decking out, but I'd have significantly more resources.
Yeah. But I've been Typo T-Rex.
And I've been Jester.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube, Typo House Games. I almost went with the Twitch.tv.
Oh.
It's hard going back and forth.
Yeah.
And not one just being like an export for the other. But we have at least one more deck profile coming up, and that will be Pop Trolls. So that's it for this video.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.